Lasting security for the people of Israel and Lebanon cannot be achieved only on the battlefield. And that's why I directed my team to work with the governments of Israel and Lebanon to forge a ceasefire, to bring a conflict between Israel and Hezbollah to a close. Under the deal reached today.
Now, what's happening between Israel and Lebanon or Hezbollah? That is what people are looking into and trying to talk more about the same. And what just happened now that Biden is leaving the office, immediately they have negotiated a ceasefire between Israel and Hezbollah. And my question is, will this ceasefire be a long-term ceasefire, or is just for a very short time, then the war begins again? Or are they postponing the war for something to happen? Maybe is it because Biden is leaving and he wants to leave with at least a small legacy on what he has been able to achieve in the Middle East, that is negotiating or mastering a ceasefire between Hezbollah and Israel. Remember, the war between Hezbollah and Israel has been on for 14 months now. Yeah, I think it's more than a year, 14 months now. And they have been bombarding every angle of, Israel have been bombarding every angle of Hezbollah infrastructure. And Hezbollah has been trying to reach out also to bombard in Israel, of which some of those efforts have been futile and never got to the targets that they wish that they could reach. And I think, personally, what I think of is the coming in of Donald Trump as the president of the United States is what is really bringing up all these changes that are coming in each and every time. And we might be seeing more and more of such changes, but we cannot tell what is creating all these changes and all that. And people have gone so tough on social media trying to explain whatever is happening and whether this thing will last for longer or just for a very short period of time until Trump is sworn in as the president of the United States, and then it will resume again. And some experts were saying this is because of the embargo that Biden had put on Israel on the weapons that are not sending weapons to Israel, and that was settled by the French government led by Emmanuel Macron, who made it clear that he will put an embargo on weapons that are being sent to Israel. That Israel no longer receive weapons to continue with the war against Hezbollah, because they thought Israel is doing much of the destruction to the Hezbollah to Lebanon, and they thought that would be wise. And there are also photos that are circulating on the same that Israel is still fighting Hamas in Gaza. And I know there are some other breaking news that the Israel Prime Minister Netanyahu has been, the ICC has put an arrest warrant on him that he can be arrested at any moment, at any point. But I don't know how effective that will be, because again, there are other things to be looked into and to be thought wisely before that move is made clear on the same. So let's keep watching and subscribing and see whatever is happening. We'll keep you updated on whatever is happening each and every time on the same. And please don't leave without subscribing. That's the only support you can give us for now. I love you all. Until next time we meet, let's see whatever and let's hear what Biden had to say on the same, because he has a strong message to give.
Lasting security for the people of Israel and Lebanon cannot be achieved only on the battlefield. And that's why I directed my team to work with the governments of Israel and Lebanon to forge a ceasefire, to bring a conflict between Israel and Hezbollah to a close. Under the deal reached today, effective at 4 a.m. tomorrow local time, the fighting across the Lebanese-Israeli border will end. Will end. This is designed to be a permanent cessation of hostilities. What is left of the terrorist organization will not be allowed Israel again. Over the next 60 days, the Lebanese army and state security forces will deploy and take control of their own territory once again. Hezbollah terrorist infrastructure in southern Lebanon will not be allowed to be rebuilt. And over the next 60 days, Israel will gradually withdraw its remaining forces. And civilians on both sides will soon be able to safely return to their communities and begin to rebuild their homes, their schools, their farms, their businesses, and their very lives. We're determined this conflict will not be just another cycle of violence. And so the United States, with the full support of France and our other allies, has pledged to work with Israel and Lebanon to ensure that this arrangement is fully implemented.
So Biden is so sure that what he's saying is going to happen, and it will happen under his watch, and he's so proud of that, baby, because this is one of the greatest achievements that he has achieved within his tenure of leadership with the United States of America. And we just don't know if how long that will happen, how long the ceasefire will happen. Will it be the usual way, the usual way it happens within a very short time, then the war begins again? He says that those who fled their homes in Israel are ready to go back to their homes and start rebuilding those homes again. And there'll be no weapons on Israeli Hezbollah Lebanon border anymore, and that means that that is where there will be peace. But do we need weapons on the border for the war to continue? Because we're living in a world where we have long distance missiles that can be fired from a very long, very distant places, but they will still hit their targets in the other places that they are designed to. So will not getting weapons on the border of Israel and Lebanon stop the war, or they will continue with in another type of war, or use another strategy to continue fighting in between them? So let's see if what Biden has said will be effective in any way. But personally, I believe that will not be effective at any point, because there has been a longer history that has been between Israel and Lebanon, or Israel and the surrounding nations who are standing against Israel, and Israel has to come in to defend itself in one way or the other. So it did not start with Biden, and it will not end with Biden. This is something that will be there for life. As long as there are human beings staying in those areas, the war will not stop. These people will continue fighting. So with that, let's see whatever happens next.